Greetings. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to get a stable victim out of an inverted vehicle. It's something we've come across fairly frequently. I did some research. Nobody's really come up with a good way to get somebody that was seatbelted in the inverted position. So we went out and tried a couple things after having some recent experiences. And we'll get into this and make it quick and easy, and hopefully you'll be able to learn something today. The beginning of this all started when we had a couple of accidents in the last year where we had patients who were in inverted vehicles, still in their seatbelts, one critical, one non-critical. Obviously this does not pertain to the critical patient that requires rapid extrication. This is more for the conscious person who is alert and not needing to be rapidly extricated due to trauma. And it's just kind of an easy way to help get them out without dropping them flat on their heads. When we were brainstorming about this, we tried to think of ways to not only think about patient comfort, but things that we had readily available on every engine. And that's where you'll see the equipment that we use is all stuff that isn't off of a truck company or off of any other special piece of equipment. It's all stuff that should be readily available on every engine company. The first time we tried something like this, it was just kind of one of those split-second necessity things. And the only thing we could come up with to use were the straps from the junkyard dogs, which we had on our engine. And those worked. We got the job done. But then when we were doing a kind of a post-incident analysis, we realized that, we have other things we can use that may be a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more useful in this situation. So obviously, to start off with, you're going to pull your charge line off the engine. You're going to shore the vehicle up, just like you would any other accident. You're going to maintain spinal mobilization, apply a cervical collar based on your local recommendations, your local protocols. So once you get all your safety housekeeping out of the way, you need to get yourself a 50-foot section of 1 3/4 hose, which in our case would come off of the cross lay because we typically use the bumper line as our charged line on any party pin incident. Once you pull that section of 1 3/4 off, you'll disconnect it at the coupling. You're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to take that fold and you're going to run it through the center of the vehicle. So that you have the bend on one side of the vehicle. At that point, you're going to secure that piece of hose to the underside of the car using your webbing and carabiners, or there's several other ways that we experimented with, which are shown here. One using a hose rope tool, one using chains. Any way you can get that hose secured to the underside of the vehicle will work. With the nozzle and the coupling ends of the hose line, you're going to put 2 firefighters on each end, and you're going to bring those up against the patient and hold them into their seat as if a secondary restraint. Once everybody's in place and the hose is tightly against the patient, a firefighter coming in from the opposite side can either cut or unlatch the seat belt that's holding the patient in the seat. At this point, the entire patient's weight will be resting on the two areas of 1 3/4 hose that are holding them into place. Under the direction of the firefighter holding cervical spine precautions, the patient can be lowered incrementally by the firefighters who have the hose line. The patient can be brought down onto a spine board or onto some other method of movement to the stretcher, depending on your local protocols. The thing to remember about this system is that it's extremely basic, and it does take a good deal of teamwork and organization in order to do it properly without injuring the patient. It is a great alternative to letting them fall onto their head, obviously, and an alternative to waiting for more sophisticated rescue equipment that may not be readily on the scene. Well, I hope this simple and easily deployable tactic helps you out in patient care in the future. I appreciate learning from other people, and I hope that you all appreciate learning from us. Have a great day.